Good afternoon, folks. This is Miles Earhart with Art Jetter and Company. I am joined by Travis Bryan from Assurity, and we'll be discussing disability income awareness. We will sit tight just for a few moments as some other agents are rolling in, but we will get going with the information here in just a few moments. All right, thank you for joining us. We're going to have a great webinar today with Travis Bryan from Assurity. As you have questions, please type them in the question box on your control panel on the bottom right side of your screen. We'll answer them at the end of the presentation. After the webinar, please give me a call to receive a copy of today's webinar and to answer any additional questions that you may have. Thanks again for joining us, and take it away, Travis.
Thank you so much, Miles. Really appreciate the partnership and the ability to come on and talk to you guys today about Disability Awareness Month. For those of you who don't know, May is Disability Awareness Month, and May into August is one of the busiest home buying seasons. So we're going to talk about opportunities to pair that mortgage, new mortgage, with some of those folks out there with a disability insurance policy. So as Miles said, my name is Travis. I'm a regional wholesaler here. My business partner, Jeff McClendon, he's the senior sales manager. We make up your support team here at Assurity. So along with disability income, we do cover all of those products on the left on the individual side. So if you do have questions, feel free to reach out to Miles at any time. But if you want, you can reach out to us directly as well, too. We'll be glad to help and answer any questions that you may have. Before we get into talking about disability insurance, I wanted to talk a little bit about who we are, just in case you're not familiar with Assurity. But we are a mutual holding company. We are owned by the policyholders. We feel that's important because we run for the benefit of our policyholders. And honestly, that means our customers come first by design. We cannot be bought, sold, only merged with other companies. Assurity itself is actually a merger of 3 companies. So we started the business back in 1890, so been in the business 130 plus years. We were 3 companies, as I mentioned: Woodman, Accident and Life, Security, Financial, and Lincoln Direct, and that forms Assurity. We are your one-stop shop for that middle income client. Again, full portfolio of products designed to protect against life's 3 risks, which we identify as death, disability, and illness. We are a LEED Gold certified company. That's a leadership in energy and environmental design, and that's a certification we received based on our building in Lincoln, Nebraska being green, cost saving, and highly efficient. It's really a symbol of sustainability, achievement, and leadership. I'm very proud to have that LEED Gold certified certification. We're also a B Corp certified company. If you're not sure what a B Corp is, I would encourage you to go out to bcorporation.net, take a look at what's involved. But in short, we're really trying to make things better for not only the community we work in, but the planet, just trying to leave things better for the next generations as they come through. All right, with that being said, we're going to jump right in. Talking about disability insurance, it really does seem like common sense, but people really rely on their income. But the fact is, when you dig into it, the reality is that most people would have financial difficulties in just about a month or even less without their paycheck. Most people often don't realize that they are actually their biggest asset and their ability to earn an income. So this slide says 7 in 10 Americans would feel a financial pinch in a month or less without their paycheck. How many of your clients would feel that same pinch? To even dig in a little bit deeper, 63% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and a short-term disability can have a huge impact on their financial situation. The other thing people don't realize is that disabilities most often aren't short-term events. So they may think that they can get by for a month or two, but the overall fact is the average disability lasts nearly 3 years. That's a long time for someone to do without a paycheck. Even more eye-opening is 67% of the people in the workforce don't have any long-term disability insurance. If a disability does put them out of work, they're really struggling for the answer to the question, what will they do once any short-term coverage stops paying? These stats paint a clear picture of how unprepared many people are for the financial impact of a disability. With that all in mind, you see a target market, and it's a big one, that middle market, the working Americans aged 25 to 55 across all occupations are great prospects. And these are people who depend on their income and more than likely don't have enough saved to live without it. These clients are from all walks of life. They can be teachers, realtors, nurses, contractors, and more. The occupation itself doesn't matter as much as the client's dependence on their income. The ideal DI client also has dependents who rely on that paycheck as well, but they might be single, but odds are these clients are married and may have children. As I mentioned in the beginning, coming into May is Disability Insurance Awareness Month. But May through August is actually one of the busiest home buying seasons of the year. Those kids that are out of school, nice weather, etc. This is an opportunity or a course or means for more mortgages are being processed. So it's more opportunities for you as the producers to speak to those clients and make sure that they're protecting the home that they just bought by a disability insurance in case they're not able to work. The main question that you're going to be asking those clients if you're working with anybody that just recently bought a home is just asking them, how important is it that your family remain in that home should you become sick or injured and can't work? And that'll really steer the conversation towards the disability insurance conversations. So we call this the busiest 100 days of the season, May through August. Also wanted to point out, because it is National Disability Awareness Month, it is really time to start talking about disability with your clients so that they do not become another statistic like what's on the screen here. 2 out of 3 American bankruptcies are actually tied to medical issues. So we want to make sure that we're getting in and we're getting that awareness, that education out to those clients so that they know that they have an insurance policy that will cover them should they become sick or injured or can't work. And we can help their families remain in that home that they just bought, or even a home that they may have had for 5 to 10 years already. But we are going to talk about some questions that you can ask your clients to really get them thinking about disability insurance. So here are some of those questions. I know we talked about statistics in the beginning, and for the most part, statistics can be useful. But to really start the conversation with your client in a way that gets them thinking about their income and all the things it does for them, you can simply use these questions here. How much income would you need to support yourself if you could no longer work due to an illness or accident? How long could you go without a paycheck before it became difficult to pay your bills? And how would you afford to pay your mortgage if your paycheck stopped? Honestly, the best questions aren't yes or no answers. The best questions are questions that help your clients think about their situation. And as always, you as the agents, be ready to listen to your clients and their concerns. Most of the time when they are talking about their concerns, they will bring up their own reason for income protection as you're talking. The main point is this: use these questions to help steer your conversation. When they realize just how dependent they are on that paycheck, they'll really be looking to protect it. So what do we have to offer here at Assurity that can help you with that? We have a couple products that I'm going to go over here. First one is called Income Protection, and this is our short-term disability product. We are the only insurance carrier out there on the individual side that has a short-term disability product. And this is how it works. It can cover you for accident and sickness or accident only. On this product, we do have the ability to consider more than one occupation for those full-time employment. So if they are doing some side work, which we did see a big influx in when COVID-19 came around, a lot of people weren't able to work their normal 9-to-5 jobs, so they were taking on some gig work job or freelance jobs to help pay the bills. when they were able to go back full time, they still kept that job or that secondary job. So we're able to use that income to get them the max benefit possible. We do have the own occupation built in, which basically states if they can't work their job they were hired to do, they will get paid. Even if they're able to work in a different job, whether within that company or outside the company, we would still consider you disabled. This product does pay on a weekly benefit, so it's going to get that money into your client's hands faster. No income verification and no medical exams required for this product. We can do issue ages 18 to 60. Occupation classes, we do 4A down to 1A. 4A is going to be your top occupation class, so less labor intensive, where 1A is going to be your more labor intensive jobs. As I mentioned, it is a weekly benefit. What you can see for your max weekly, for those self-employed or 1099, it's going to be $600 a week. And if you kind of add that out, that comes out to about $2,400 in a month. And then for the W-2, it's $1,000 a week for a max of $4,000 in a month. Benefit periods, it is short term, so we can go as low as 13 weeks and push it out as far as 2 years. And then our elimination periods, we can go as low as 0 days, and depending on the benefit period, we can push it out to a max of 90 days. Last thing I want to mention on this is we do have a plethora of riders that are available to help tailor that coverage, but a couple that I want to talk about. The first one's going to be our childbirth benefit rider. This is built into the policy. Now I know you're sitting here childbirth, you're probably thinking maternity. It is not a maternity benefit. It's just a childbirth benefit. We're going to pay a lump sum benefit up to a max of $500 for the birth of a child. And all we're going to need is just the birth certificate to pay that out. So it's not going to cover you while you're pregnant. Any of those pregnancy bills that may occur, this is not going to cover that. It's just simply a childbirth benefit. When you have the child, it'll pay a lump sum payment. The policy will cover you if you do become disabled due to childbirth, but nothing routine will it cover. The family care rider is going to state that if the insured goes out on FMLA through their job, whether it's to take care of a sick parent, spouse, or child, we would still pay out a benefit for them if they qualify for FMLA. So having that rider will give them a benefit, and the benefit is actually 50% of the benefit that they qualified for originally. So if they had 1,000 max weekly, we would pay them $500 a week while they are out taking care of that sick spouse, parent, or child, if they have that family care rider. And then finally, the stay-at-home spouse rider. This is going to allow coverage for a stay-at-home spouse. So the original insured has a spouse that stays at home. Very vital to have him or her at home to take care of the kids in the house while the original insured is out earning the paycheck. We have the ability to cover that spouse up to $250 weekly should they become sick or injured and could not take care of things at home. So with that, the marketplaces for this product, as I mentioned, we are the only carrier in the industry on the individual side with a short-term product. So we feel we can fit most, if not all, opportunities or clients that you have in mind. But some of the marketplaces that we've seen it fit really well in, that family market, talking about those family care riders and stay-at-home spouse rider and the childbirth benefit, this really helps in that family market. And then freelance and gig workers, being able to provide multiple occupations to get to the max benefit amount. And then those little or no employer sponsored coverage groups, maybe those employers that have like 10 or less employees, not providing any type of short or long-term disability insurance. This is an opportunity to go in and provide one of these two products that we're going to talk about here for their employees. Great thing about it is these are completely portable. So if they leave that company and go to another company, this will follow them wherever they go. All right, that is our short-term product. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into our long-term product here, which is called Century Plus. You're going to see a lot of similarities as we factored in the short-term based on the long-term, but issue age is 18 to 60. Same occupation classes, 4A down to 1A. Here's where it's going to change a bit. We're going to change it up and we're going to do a monthly benefit versus a weekly. and we can go as low as 500 and push it out to a max of 20,000. Benefit periods, we can go as low as 5 year and push out to age 67. Elimination periods as low as 30 days and push it out as far as 365. This product is guaranteed renewable to age 65 or 67, depending on what option you would choose. And then we can conditionally renew it to age 75 as long as they are working full time. We do have the occupation definition built in for the first 2 years. After the first 2 years, we do have a rider called the own occupation rider that they can add on to push it out past that. No medical exams for ages 18 to 50 up to 5,000 in benefit amounts. And then no income verification for those W-2 up to 4,000. If they are 1099, we would go up to 2,400 no income verification. And then lastly, we do offer discounts for small business owners for 3 or more policies, and I'll go over that on the next slide here in just a second. Target marketplaces for this product, we've talked about it. We are a middle income America company, so we fit really well into that 25 to 55-year-old working American space. If you want to dig it down to salary, any of those clients that are making anywhere from 35 to 150, I'll push it even up to 200,000. We still fit really well in. Occupations, some of the occupations that we see a lot of, nurses, we actually consider nurses full-time at 24 hours a week versus 30. And then for those non-surgical nurses, we will consider them our top occupation class, which is 4A. Realtors, management, IT specialists are another 3 that are huge. Chiropractors, there are a lot of companies that will not touch chiropractors. We are one of the few carriers that still do. So we do see a lot of chiropractic business as well. Small business owners. So as long as you own at least 10% of the business, we can offer some perks. The first one there, we can offer a 20% income enhancer. So we're going to bump up that income to get you more of a max benefit. We can offer a 1 occupation class upgrade. As long as you're not a nurse, a farmer, or a truck driver, then we can do that. So if you're at 2A, own at least 10% of the business, we could bump you up to 3A, just going to help with the premium. And then we do offer that 15% multi-life discount as long as you have at least 3 individual policies through your company, whether that's a combination of the business owner and the employees. As long as they have 3, then we can offer that 15% discount. That goes to everyone that applies, and it also goes wherever the policy goes. So as I mentioned, these are portable. If that employee does leave, that discount, if approved and was applied, will follow them wherever they go as well. So that is the 2 products, the short and long term, that we have available. We do have some great tools that we have available for you that you can utilize to help push the message out to your clients, whether that's a fact-finding flyer or a nice brochure or video. We do have those available, so please reach out to Miles or myself and we can get all that information out to you. We also have a great social media piece. So if you're looking to get some more awareness out through social media, we have this social media kit or playbook that literally everything is done for you. All you have to do is copy, paste, and post, and everything will be done for you. You don't have to go through compliance. It's already been done. Just a great free tool that you can use to help drive that awareness on your social media. And finally, it's important to talk about your client's specific expenses to help them understand how a DI policy will help them in real life should something happen, and not in some abstract way. Talking about DI in terms of your client's mortgage is one way to frame the sale. Another way is to attach value by discussing with your client how they can use it to keep current on credit card bills, student loans, or car payments. Unlike other types of coverages where benefits and costs change, their disability income insurance policy will provide the same coverage for the same premium as long as they own it, and that really can provide great peace of mind to your clients. Lastly, we're committed to your success. So getting the full backing of a carrier that puts you first. Surety has been putting our distributors first for more than a century, and we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Started back in 1890, disability was the first policy we ever wrote, and we've been continuing to lead the efforts for disability awareness and be top of mind against other insurance carriers in the industry. So please feel free to reach out to Jeff or myself if you have any other questions, and also feel free to reach out to Miles at Art Jetter as well. Miles, did that go off the screen? Did you click that, or there we go. I'm going to turn it back over to Miles. If there's any questions, we can address those now.
Absolutely, that was fantastic information, Travis. We did have one from James, kind of touching on the workers' comp, how it relates with disability, but how do we approach someone that has disability on their job?
Yeah, so all we're going to need to know is just kind of the specifics on what that covers for them. And then we can take into account what they already have in place to see what we can get them in addition to what's already covered by their job. So we just kind of have to know, is it employer paid or employee paid? And then, what the max benefit is that they're allowed to receive or they're going to be getting. With that information, then we can plug that into our technology system over here, and we can spit out the exact amount that we would be able to get them above the amount that they're already supplied by on their business or their company that they work with.
Perfect. And then obviously the benefits of the portable disability being huge. I mean, obviously, if you get it when you're 35 and you maintain it for the life of the policy, it's going to be much less expensive than if you re-up when you're 45 or 50 if you get a new position. So really getting that early, locking it in and holding onto the rates, especially at a higher occupation level, is a really good benefit for those folks. So
absolutely not too uncommon. Like life insurance, the younger you are, obviously the better the premium. So the earlier you can lock it in, the better.
very, very true. So that is the one that we had come up from James. Nothing else has popped up. So you must have done an awesome job explaining everything there. So thank you for that. Once again, unless anything comes up here in the last few moments, I do appreciate all you folks joining us. Thank you again, Travis, for the great information. And if you, any of the attendees would like a copy of the webinar, any illustrations or information on the product, like I said, Assurity is one of the best companies that I work with, and we do have access to a large handful. So that is definitely saying something about the customer service and ability to get good products done with Assurity. So definitely reach out at di@jetter.com or give us a call, and we will be happy to work on anything that you got. So thank you once again, Travis. Thank you folks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks, Miles. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.